word tracker. So we're going to put car parts again here, and since I want to be professional about it, we don't want any offensive keywords. It doesn't really help our marketing strategy too much, at least in this field. Now see, look at how car parts I was talking about before. It says it's only got 1,152 searches. Now keyword word tracker I think is a meta search. I'm not exactly how they, well, I think they get it from more like I forget exactly, but that's not the point here. The point is that even though the numbers don't line up, and this one says 17,000, this one says 1,100, it still says car parts is number one. Used car parts is number two. I'm pretty sure, yep, there's used car parts is number two here. So it relates, it tells you that that's obviously one of the best keywords for that term. Okay, and it just breaks down from there. And I'm sure you can go to the help section, they'll explain exactly how that works. Okay, now Google AdWords is another one. You log in with your account. Once you get into the account, you go to your campaign management. Now this is for AdWords. This is basically Google's pay-per-click advertisement. This is where you come into your pay-per-clicks, but it's got a nice tool. And so we'll go under tools here under campaign management, and we're gonna pick up the tool that is keyword tool. Okay, this is kind of a nice tool here, especially being free. Now descriptive word phrases, we're gonna put car parts. And we're going to say use synonyms. So this particular tool for the core term car parts is going to also look up all the synonyms for us, which is kind of what we did with thesaurus.com. So let's go ahead. We're going to filter. It's going to take a while because it's going out there grabbing all the keywords out there. And the nice thing about this too is that it's going to give you what people are bidding on these terms, so you can get an idea of how powerful some of these keywords are based upon what people are bidding. So for example, here we go. It comes up with a bunch of keywords, and it says, for example, for car parts here, people are bidding $1.03 on average for this keyword. Okay, it's obviously got a huge number of volume being searched. Okay, and we're going to talk about that. You're obviously not going to want to optimize to too big of a number. I mean, approximate average search, that's, what I think this is in 12 months. So this is approximate average monthly number of searches. So for car parts, it's getting searched, you know, more than 3/4 of a million, almost a million searches a month on car parts. So if you're trying to optimize a site on car parts, that was the one thing I was telling you about. Don't optimize a site to too broad of a keyword, because I can guarantee you a lot of the traffic going to car parts is looking more for something down in this area. You know, classic car parts, something more targeted. So they're going to go to your site, you're not going to offer what they're looking for, and they're going to leave. So high traffic doesn't always mean high conversions. Well, normally doesn't mean high conversions. The lower the volume, obviously the more targeted your customer base is going to be, therefore your conversions are going to be a lot higher. Okay, so that's just a real quick brief tutorial on some of the free tools that are available to keyword researching. Let's go ahead and get back into this. Another good thing is a good traffic calculator tool. Now this is, I'm not going to get, you guys can check this out. Remember, this is also available, this whole presentation is available for download at this website here that you see on your screen. Okay, so what we're going to do here, this is a keyword calculator tool. This is good for one keyword. So if you find a couple keywords you really want to optimize for, you'll put in the keyword there, and it's going to give you an exact, well, not an exact, but it's going to give you how much that keyword, a specific one keyword, gets searched. Okay, so it's pretty cool to know that if you want to look at it individually. And then search-based tool keywords, there's also stuff out. Google just came out with this new one. This is pretty cool too. In fact, why don't we go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and show you that real quick. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna grab this here. This just came out, guys. This is Google's new keyword tool research. Let's see here. It's still in beta. A lot of stuff's in beta anyways, but it's a search, it's based keyword again. And what I do here is I don't put anything on the website there, but I'll just put my words, like for car parts. It's another search tool that you can use. You know, you can never have enough. And again, which is cool here, it breaks it down again. You know, it's like everything else, car parts, but it's a little bit different. See, it says suggested bid here. You saw that it was like $1 or something on the other on Google AdWords. So I mean, it's all relative, however you want to look at it. But again, at this point, we're not so much concerned with anything else but just these keywords to spark some more ideas. American car parts. Now there's a core term I didn't even think about. So it's pretty good. It'll still give you more and more keyword ideas. And the goal here is to exhaust every possibility on a keyword. so you know that you at least covered your bases. So that's it really there, real quick. So having said that, let's move on. Google Trends, this will basically come out with tell you the trends of certain keywords, you know, seasonal words, whatnot. They're going to go higher. If you search for a Christmas tree, it's going to go really high into Christmas and drop down after Christmas, you know, stuff like that. So it tracks trends on keywords and whatnot. So you can check all these out. Here's Google's Insight, and that's another cool site. You can check it out too. So now look for more keywords. Obviously, we're going to add this to our master list, okay? Our keyword is, for example, through all this research, if we know what our keywords are, we can start adding more and more as you see them. For example, like here, if a keyword is tinted windows, and we went ahead through all these processes, you're going to find different things like, you know, there's anti-fog tinted windows. I mean, this is just redundant here. So again, just keep adding to your core terms. Every core term is going to have a bunch of sub-core terms, and it's just going to work out that way. So tinted windows would be another core term related to car parts, you know, and then you have all your core terms related to cars. So it can get really, really, really big. I mean, it's not uncommon if you're doing a really good optimization keyword, especially for a high niche field, to have several thousand keywords at this point. You know, doesn't mean we're going to optimize to all those, but it's a good starting point. So again, brings up, when is enough enough? Okay, Kurt, obviously it's very time consuming, but that's okay. Okay, you want to make sure you do this right. And again, the goal is not to walk away with a set number of core words. Okay, you have to be confident you've exhausted all research avenues. If you feel like you're unlikely to find anything new, then it's a pretty good time to call it quits for that. And that, again, can be dozens, hundreds, thousands of core words. So here's a quick example using core words. So for car parts, again, this is a really quick. There was a heck of a lot more, but what I did is, here, I'm just going to show you real quick. You know, take any core term below, re-enter the keyword. We talked about that too. Just re-entering everything. But for just car parts, I came up, you know, here's what I got from all different keywords. Okay, the car parts, auto parts, car body parts. Now, basically, what I'm going to do if I want to go deeper to any of these categories, these are my core words. Like for example, I have Jeep parts right here. Okay, I'll go ahead and plug Jeep parts back into the keyword analysis, and on my Excel sheet, I would have Jeep parts on top, like I have here, and then all the sub-core words that relate to it underneath it. So I can start separating all my core terms and then sub-core terms. You can go as deep as you want to start figuring out the categories you want to optimize for. So that's pretty cool. So here we go, selection and organization of core terms. So now you've got all these core terms. How are we going to select the ones we want to use? How are we going to organize them to be optimized? So the two main factors that I think is important for core term prioritization, that's a good word to say fast, is one, search volume. Okay, you saw the search volume there. How often the words being searched per month. Or some of them even give you how much they're searched within 24 hours, okay? But again, don't put too much emphasis on those actual numbers. Like we discussed, use them more as a guide, right? So low volume equals low results, but not always the case, okay? And what I mean by that is if you have a keyword out there that's got really low volume, and not any, say you're getting like 10 searches a week on it, the results are going to be pretty low versus how much time you got to spend optimizing it. But that's okay, so that's not always the case, so we'll talk about why that is. And targeted audience. Okay, now we're going to start targeting. High search terms are often less targeted. That makes sense. Car parts. Okay, it's searched awfully a lot, but it's not really targeted at anything specific. It's just something to do with car parts, so it's more broad. So better conversions, if you're looking to get better conversion off your optimization, core terms have to be targeted. And we'll start talking about that, using long-tail keywords, more descriptive keywords based off your core terms is how we're going to do that, and we'll show you how to do that in a little bit. Okay, but better targeted keywords is going to result in a lower volume by default because it's better targeted, but your conversions are going to be a lot higher. You don't need tens of thousands of people going through your site to convert hundreds of sales. You only need a quality traffic. These are people who know what they're looking for. They're ready to take action on their search. You figured out what their search is. You're providing information. You're going to get a higher conversion. So you don't need that many people to get your hundreds of sales. Okay, it just works out that way. And so that's the key we want to target.